Reyes, and a welcome from me. This is Championship Manager 0102. Time for a player profile game. And we've decided today to opt for the late Jose Antonio Reyes. Now, it was a shame really because Antonio Reyes passed away in June 2019. And to be honest, you know, it's heartbreaking really when you see people pass away at such a young age. But you know, it happens, and it's painful. It's really painful. It's not nice. It really isn't nice, and it's particularly not nice when you're saying it, and you're older than the person, and you think, shit, I've got children. That could be, you know, blah blah blah. Anyway, enough of that morbid shit. Let's talk about Reyes as a player. We'll start with him as a real life player before we hit into CM. Antonio Reyes. Like I said, he passed away at 35 years of age. He was born in 1983. He was born, and he started his youth career at Seville in 1994. And I like this. I've said this before. I like players who do their youth career at whichever team, and they end up getting a contract, and they make it basically. They're rewarded, or they pay their club back for their loyalty. Blah 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 blah. And he was a youth for 5 years. I mean, he was born in 83, so he started out at Seville at 11 years of age, and he went through till 16 years of age. Now, at the age of 16, he moved to the Seville B team. Now, in Spain, as you know, a lot of the teams' B sides are actually in competitive leagues, and he had 2 years in the Seville B team from 1999 to 2001. And of course, he managed to achieve games, 32 games, only the one goal, but 32 games, between 99 and 2001. Now that's what is down as Seville B that I managed to look up. However, he made his debut for Seville Seniors in the year 2000. So 2000 and 2004, he accumulated 86 games for Seville Seniors, which was superb. For someone so young, absolutely superb. 21 goals, so did really, really well. Now, 2004, of course, he made the big move to Arsenal. Now, this is when Arsenal were almost peaking, weren't it? You know, Arsenal, I don't know, maybe a little bit after, actually. But Reyes was, he was in that sort of category as Mark Overmars. For me, personally, you know, he was that winger, weren't he, that you just think, what a player, he can whip in across. And he probably never achieved the expectations that I was thinking he was going to get. Whether Arsenal fans feel the same, I don't know. But he was at Arsenal in total from 04 to 07. It wasn't the greatest because in the latter part of that, 06 to 07, he had a loan spell at Real Madrid. Now, I'm really against that. I do not agree with top flight players going on loan to top flight teams in another country. I think it's bullshit. It's pathetic. But nevertheless, he went to Real Madrid for 30 games and 6 goals. Because the argument is, if he can't get in at Arsenal, how's he getting in at Real Madrid? It's pathetic. But that being said, I mean, that really benchmarked, though. That failure, if we can call it that, at Arsenal, and that loan spell benchmarked him. Because in 07, he returned to Spain full-time, and he went to Atletico Madrid for 5 years as such. He was at Atletico until 2012, and he accumulated 103 games, only 8 goals, and for someone who was very much an advancing forward winger, didn't really hit the net very often, did he? That being said, during that 5-year stint, from 08 to 09, he had a loan spell at Benfica, 4 goals in 24. Now, I was a bit confused, right, because I got confused as to where I think it's because I saw Seville B, Seville A, so I had to write this down correctly. So, so the Benfica, he obviously went on loan for that last, during that 5 years at Atletico Madrid. Well, I just think that's a bit bizarre as well. So he had a loan spell in the middle of it, but then returned to Atletico and was managing to get games. Anyway, 2012, he returned to Seville, which I've not got a problem with, and he achieved another 109 games. 4 years at Seville, 109 games, 9 goals. In 2016, he was at Espanyol, where he achieved 21 games. He then moved to Cordoba. In 2018, Now, I'm not sure of the ins and outs, right? All I know is that he was in Cordoba in 2018, 17 games. Also, in 2018, he moved to, Tianshan Leopard FC in China. A little bit disgusted because, of course, 2018, around about the same sort of time that China had all the money, and he was there for 14 games. But that was it, because in 2019, he returned to Extremadura in Spain. And he had another 9 games in 2019. Now, don't quote me on this. He might have still been based there when he passed away. In total, 514 games, 73 goals. Not bad. Participated for Spain under 16s, under 19s, under 21s. And Spain senior team, 21 caps and 4 goals. But something else I wrote down here, which I got very, very confused. And if anyone can shed any light on this, I'd be intrigued to know. As you all know, you cannot play for 2 national teams. Of course you can't. However, Reyes played for the... Fucking hell, man. How do I pronounce this fucking thing? It's represented internationally by the Spanish national football team. And it mostly only plays friendly matches. But they are called the Andalusia national football team. I don't know who they are. All I know is that they are... it's internationally represented by Spanish team. It's not affiliated with FIFA or UEFA. That's an interesting thing. It's not affiliated, so that's probably why he could. But I never knew that. I never knew that at all. But he did have a game for them in 2013. So when he was, 29 years of age? And, of course, he played for Spain up until... See, he only played for Spain until 2006. So, 23 years of age. That's really interesting, isn't it? And I thought he did better for Spain than that, if I'm honest with you. So let's talk about him on CM. And, ironically, he's still at Seville. There you go. Fired up a 10-year deal here. 10-year save. And he's very, very prolific. He's an attacking midfield forward left. We can't say too much on him in terms of average rating because he's consistent. And as you can see, in 06-07 there, 11 assists. I mean, when you can hit double figures on assists, you're doing something right. His average rating isn't jumping out the page. 7.33 is his best, which isn't the greatest. So, that's that. Let's have a look now at 10 years as in terms of 10 years with cards. Let's have a look. Yep. Only 1 red card. Happy with that. And I didn't see what his injury prone was. I think he had a bit of a high injury prone in real life. So 10 years injury prone. Let's have a look. Training year. Nothing too serious. Nothing too serious at all. So that is Jose Antonio Reyes. The late Reyes, shall I say. And that's it from me. And until next time, guys, take it easy.